Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a very nice Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be nice if I do another no makeup look and talk you through a store called Amazing, which is where I got the products from. They're new to me. A couple of them I've wanted to try for ages, so I'm excited to share all of them with you. Well, there's 3 in total, but I thought that would be fun. I've done it before, but I'm going to do it some more over the coming weeks where I share some of the kind of my favorite destinations to pick up skincare products from. This one in particular is called Amazing, which is based in Germany, but they ship throughout Europe. They specialize in natural and organic cosmetics, and their store is translated into 4 different languages. So I believe it's English, German, French, and Italian, if I'm correct. They've got lots of the well-known brands that I'm sure you will already be familiar with. They also kind of pick up some different brands from places like the US and things like that. They've got great makeup products as well. They've got products specifically for men, and they've also got some of the cult German natural beauty brands, which are really, really good. So it's definitely worth checking out. Today, I'm going to be using this product here called Absolution, which I believe is a French skincare brand. And I've got, this is basically kind of like a tinted moisturizer BB cream in the shade 01 Light. The second 2 I am going to be using are from RMS. I'm so excited to try these. So we've got the Uncover Up Concealer in shade 11, which they're still in the box. I'm going to take them out now actually. And then I've also got the Living Luminizer, which is a really subtle highlighter that everyone raves about, which we've got here. Here we go. So I've already had a shower, styled my hair, and done my skincare, and now I'm going to kind of get started with the products. So in terms of this has got a really good amount of coverage. So I'm just going to use it very lightly. I'm going to apply that much to begin with. And I'm going to start like on the center of my face, because this, and like between my eyebrows, because this is where I need the most coverage. So I just work out from there using my fingers. This has got quite a fruity smell, which I don't mind. It's quite strong. But I don't mind it, I have to say. So you can see now, this is quite nice and glowy. It's quite nice and hydrating, which I really like. And that's just blended really easily. Oh gosh, the sun's out again, so it looks like my face has gone completely white. Sorry guys. So I'm really happy with that, the way that that's just like blended into my skin. What do you think? Really nice. It's a really good colour match. I could go in with a little bit more. Do you know what? I'm going to go in with a tiny bit more. I wouldn't normally, but I just, for the purposes of this, I will. Yeah, so just sticking to around my nose and underneath my eyes, where I get the most kind of redness and discoloration. Gosh, this is so nice. I love how easily it blends into my skin. Right. So, okay, so that is my base done, and I think that looks really, really good. Now it's time to go in with a little bit of the concealer. I'm going to take it out of the packet now. So I've heard really good things about this. So this is the shade. So as some of you guys will know, I prefer a concealer that isn't too light. I like a little bit of brightening under my eyes, but more so I would just like something that's going to just erase the kind of dark circles that I have on the inner corners of my eyes a little bit. So just working on those areas and then just pressing it in. Starting off with just a little bit and then can always add some more. Definitely need a little bit more. I'm just trying to think what else I've tried from RMS in the past. I don't know if I've tried anything. I think this might be my first venture into the brand. I listened to a podcast. I think it was on the Breaking Beauty podcast with the founder. I think her name's Rosemary Swift or Marie Rose Swift or something, and she was not what I was expecting at all. She's really rock and roll, really cool. She's got the most amazing stories to tell. She's got like an amazing past, and I was expecting someone like I don't know, just kind of quite very natural and holistic, which she is those things, but she's got this really wild rock and roll past that makes her just really interesting, and I really enjoyed listening to that. So you should check it out on the Breaking Beauty podcast if you want to kind of know more about her and how she kind of went about creating the products. Right, so I've just gone I've got obviously a little bit of kind of shadowing in the corners of my eyes, which has always been there. And then I'll just take a tiny bit up here. Where it's a little bit darker. I feel like I'm using a little bit more than I usually would, but if you've seen like my last videos that I've done with the no makeup look, I feel like they have been like super natural. So I thought it would be fun if I just show you it with like a slightly more amped up version than I would normally do. It's just nice to show things in a different varieties. But as for the concealer, I really like it. It blends really well. It's nice and natural. If you've seen me use the Glossier stretch concealer, which you know I absolutely love, it's amazing. This is a little bit less wet than that, which I think could be nice for some people, because I know that like I can take it, my under eyes get like super dry, but if you find that like a little bit too wet and a little bit too slippy, then this could be a really good option, and it's still nice and natural. But I've heard that this one is like a cross between the Glossier stretch concealer and the NARS soft matte concealer. This is like something in between in terms of the coverage and stuff like that. So it will give like a tiny bit more than Glossier. And I would imagine this would last a little bit longer because it is not so wet, and I definitely wouldn't need to set this with a powder. In terms of the, it's actually called La Crème du Tint. Makeup and skincare evens, smooths and protects, and it's made from 99% natural products and 48% of them are organic. I was really happy with this. I feel like it looks really natural. It's gone on really well, and I definitely like it. So if you are in the market for a tinted moisturizer, BB cream, that type of thing, and you like natural products, then you should definitely check this one out at Amazingy. And the same with the RMS Beauty, the concealer is really nice. Now, it would be rude not to go in with a tiny bit of the Living Luminizer, which I am, gosh, so this is really subtle. It's not, so I've used the Glossier Haloscope before, which is nice. I've used the one in Moonstone, which is nice, but it is a little bit shimmery on me. So I feel like this is just like a step down. I don't even know. Oh, you can see here. I like that. And I would feel comfortable going out of the house like this. And that might sound strange, but I'm just the sort of person that I personally don't want to look like I'm wearing makeup. I don't want it to look like that. I just want to look like me, but better. And I feel like this is, you know, something that I feel like a look that goes with that type of expectation. So that's the finished look. I'm really happy with how the base came out and the concealer. I think the products have all come together really nice. I feel like I've just got like a nice, healthy, glowy look. I did kind of amp it up with the concealer a little bit more than I usually would, but I think that it's nice to just show kind of different levels of making it super, super natural. Like I did one and you could still kind of see a couple of blemishes underneath my skin. That's also nice because I think that if you do leave some of your imperfections still visible, then it can trick people into thinking that you're wearing nothing at all. But this is kind of applying a little bit more than I usually would, and I think that that's quite fun as well. But I'm really happy with the Absolution. I think that that's the correct pronunciation for it. That's really good, blends really easily, gives the skin like a nice glowy look. I was worried because my skincare products had kind of absorbed a little bit into my skin and I thought, oh gosh, I hope it's not going to look dry or sit into my pores, but it's actually kind of added another layer of moisture. So I'm really, really happy about that. Love that. And then I'm really happy with the RMS products as well. I'm obviously going to see how they wear throughout the day. This is the first time that I've properly used them. I've wanted to try the Uncover Up concealer for ages. I would say that in terms of the colour, this is definitely not the lightest. I think that there's 2 shades lighter than this, but this is very similar to the Glossier Stretch Concealer in medium, which I already mentioned before. In terms of the colour, this is just a tiny bit lighter, but I'm really, really happy with that, especially in the winter when my skin will be slightly paler. Even though I do wear an SPF every day, sometimes my skin just ends up with a tiny bit more colour in the summer, and I'd say that through the winter months that's going to be perfect for me. And then I'm also really happy with the Live-In Luminizer highlighter. That is just really nice, and it just gives the skin like almost like a dewy finish, a wet finish, rather than a leaving like a light, like a sparkly finish behind. So I really like that. It just kind of makes the skin look nice. It has got like slight pearlescent particles in it, but they're not like chunks of glitter or anything like that. So it just gives the skin a nice shiny look. I will list all the products and Amazingly in the description box below. If you've got any questions, you know that you can just let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you did. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.